Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. This is Professor Diaz, and today we're going to talk about multi-way selection structures. So in the last video, you learned about basic selection structure, if and else. In this video, you're going to learn about if, elif, or elif, and else. And that provides another level of complexity to decision making in your code. So first, let's go ahead and get the user input. The programs are always more fun when they have user input, don't you think? So input, and we're going to say enter your grade in high school. School. I always thought that was a funny way to spell school. And then we're going to put a colon and space. Okay, so input, enter, don't forget the extra parenthesis. Okay, so int input, enter your grade in high school. And remember, when we get the input, it's a string, and so we have to convert it to an integer on out as a function on the outside of this inner function that gets the input. So we're going to say if user input is, and notice how I don't use one equal sign, I use two. Because when I'm evaluating in a conditional statement, the way that I evaluate something for exactness is with two equal signs, not one. So a common mistake would look like this. If user input equals 5 or something, like let's say it's 5. This is incorrect. This doesn't mean to evaluate this. This is assignment, and so we don't use that. We use um, an extra equal sign to mean evaluation. So we're going to say if user input is, and then we're going to say grade 9. Then we're going to print you are a freshman. Okay, and then recall that we have that indentation that this print statement belongs to this if, and then we're going to create something called ELIF. And this is going to be another conditional statement that evaluates something. Remember when we did else in the last video, we just do this, right? And we write something there. But elif is another condition that we can evaluate for. So we're going to say user input is 10. We're going to print you are a sophomore. And again, like this has to say elif. It can't be else. That is not how else works. Else doesn't evaluate anything. Else simply creates a situation for everything else that's not part of the conditions that we mentioned before. So we're going to press enter. And when we press enter, we have to press backspace to exit that inner part of the conditional statement. And we're going to say elif user input is 11, print you are a junior. Then again, elif user input is 12, print you are a senior. Now we're going to put our else. So we're going to press enter, backspace, else, colon. Now we're not evaluating anything. I don't need to know what user input is. That doesn't matter anymore. We haven't captured any of these conditions. So if we don't capture any of these conditions, else we're going to print you are not in high school. Right? That works. So I'm going to move this here and we're going to evaluate. So I'm going to press run. Enter your grade in high school. Let's say we're grade 9. Wait, why can't I see? Oh, Look at that. That's perfect. That's wonderful, isn't it? Let me see if I can get rid of that really quick. There we go. Why does it keep doing that? 1 second. Okay, I got rid of it. I'm gonna press enter now. Right here. Click, 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 click. It's not working anymore. Oh, what did I do? I don't know what happened. Okay, we're fine now. I'm going to press the run button. Enter your grade in high school, grade 9. Enter. You are a freshman. So what happened was we received the user input and we went down here if user input is 9, because remember our code is going to run from top to bottom. So the next line, if user input is 9, well, is it? And it is. So we get you are a freshman. So I'm going to run it again and we're going to test 12. You are a senior. So if we're exactly 12, if the user input is exactly 12, we say you are a senior. And then finally, let's go ahead and run, say 65. So enter your grade in high school, 65. And then I'm gonna press enter. You are not in high school. So that else ran. So what happened was we got our user input, it's 65. All right, so it's gonna check. Is the user input 9? No. It's going to go to the next conditional statement. Is the user input 10? It's going to go to the next one. Is the user input 11? And once it finds the correct condition, it jumps out of the conditional structure, the selection structure. So in this case, we went all the way down, we got to else, and we printed you are not in high school because none of these conditions were met. So we're gonna run it and I'm gonna press 11, you are a junior. So what happens here is first we get the user input and stored in a variable called user input. And if that value, if user input is 9, we're gonna print this. Okay, we check it, nope. So it goes to the next one. Is the user input 10? Is it? Nope. So then we don't run the code underneath. We jump to the next selection structure. So then we check, is the user input 11? Yes. So we run the code that's underneath, that's indented within that selection structure. And in this case, it's you are a junior. And then we don't evaluate anymore. So we jump out of the selection structure and we're down here now. So, or rather, we're on line 14 now. So I'm going to put some code here. And what's going to happen is we're going to execute this code at the end. So I'm just having a little, that's some water. I'm going to go ahead and press the run button. And at this point, it doesn't matter what I put, because no matter what I put, after the selection structure, it's going to print goodbye. I'm going to put 9, enter. You are a freshman, so it goes to check if is the user input 9? It is, so we're going to print you are a freshman. Jumps out of the selection structure. We're not evaluating anything anymore. And then the next line of code that's not indented, print goodbye, shows up right here. Okay, so that's pretty much it for now. Go ahead and tweak this, play with it, practice it, and I'll see you in the next video, okay? Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day.